All right, welcome to the MTG Rundown. My name is Andrew.
I'm Happy Emmons.
And I'm Elijah.
And today we're going to be talking about Innistrad Crimson Vow. So basically, we're just going to be talking about some of the cards that we really feel like are going to affect some of the more popular formats, such as Standard, Commander, and Modern. Some might be more effective than others, but we'll get there. So,
R.I.P. Modern.
Yeah, R.I.P. Modern for sure. So I guess to start off, we could start with the basic of them all. I guess Standard would be a good way to
Standard's
start.
a great place.
All right, so yeah, Standard obviously going to be the most affected. Standard has been suffering through Throne of Eldraine a little bit, and it's finally gone since Innistrad's come out, which, by the way, doesn't it ever feel like whenever an Innistrad set comes out, it feels wonderful?
Every Innistrad set
Yeah.
release has been such a breath of fresh air.
Right.
Absolutely delightful.
Yeah, I love every single Innistrad set, and this one has not disappointed at all.
No, it hasn't.
So basically, over the week or so as we were planning this, I thought about 3 cards that I felt like shakes up Standard.
Sure.
And it kind of fits in like control, aggro, a little bit of mid-range. And I think my favorite one so far has been Hullbreaker Horror.
Hullbreaker Horror is an absolute monster.
It is a great
It's
card.
a monster of a
I know
card.
people that are taking out Tidespout Tyrant in replace of it because they like the cheaper mana cost
Wow.
and the ability to flash it out.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, what I love about this card is it's great for control in mid-range. You literally can put this in any blue splash control deck, Azorius, Esper, Dimir, and it just packs a punch in Standard. It's one of those finisher cards, and it's one of those cards that say, hey, you can't counter me, you can't really stop me unless you have a kill spell right now, and 9 times out of 10, I'm going to stop it.
Yeah.
And whenever you cast a spell, it's, by the way, I'm bouncing something back to your hand, or I'm bouncing that spell you're about to cast to kill my thing back to your hand.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, it's a real game ender. If you've gotten to that, like to a 7 mana creature in control, and it's that dude, it's pretty much over.
Right.
It's pretty much over.
Yeah, like once you see that drop, you can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it on the stack. I mean, unless you divide by 0, but you're hoping you have that spell.
Yeah,
And
no one's running Divide by
No,
0 right
no.
now.
no, not really. Not necessarily.
No one's
It's-
running
It's more like the best way I can put it is with Hullbreaker Horror. Once you see that, it's like, all right, let's go to game 2. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
see what
Game
happens.
two,
Game two times.
yeah, cool.
Because it turns you're going to consider anyway, but now you get to consider in response like a counterspell would, and you just counter the spell.
And
you're
it's
like,
been so nasty. I've been seeing in a lot of these control decks, whether it's Izzet or it's Dimir. Like, I play a lot of Arena, and
Yeah.
I've just been seeing these. It's like, oh, good. So this is where I lose.
Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, and also he's a 7/7. Oh, and also he's a 7/7.
Oh, no,
That's
a
great.
7/8.
A 7/8. Oh, even better. Oh, even better. Yeah, that makes me so happy. Oh, that's so good for you. I'm so happy for you. So pleased.
Oh,
Great.
God.
go next.
Oh, yes.
next
And game. Yeah, let's go. Let me go ahead and sideboard all my removal.
Yep. Yep.
So the next card I like is, it can be mainboard in some decks, but also I think it's a really big sideboard. Thalia. They brought back Thalia.
They brought back Thalia.
Yes, they did.
D and T has never been better in Standard than it is right now. Absolutely.
Oh,
Death and
man.
Taxes is super well positioned right now.
Oh, definitely.
Well, because funny enough, people started that with Strixhaven because of the
Yeah.
elite spellbinders and stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh, Death and Taxes could be a thing," and then they go, "Oh, cool, next set, Thalia."
Yeah, we're just gonna throw out Thalia.
Yeah, let's have Thalia. Let's have Redain. Let's have, the one we were just talking about, the 3/1 flyer. Yeah, let's just do that.
Let's round it all out with a brutal Cathar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
good
No, there's
old-
nothing wrong
good
there. Nothing
God.
wrong. I love it.
Yeah.
Like right now,
Yeah.
it's mainboarding in a lot of the mono white aggro decks, which for good reason.
Yeah, of
it's
course.
a 2/1 first striking body. You're guaranteeing somebody wasting a card on it.
Absolutely.
And you're making everything more expensive, and 9 times out of 10, you don't care if it's expensive.
Exactly. It is a delightful way to a nice early game target for them to waste resources on. It's an incredible card. Thalia. Mwah.
Oh, it's beautiful, and I love it. And the alt art.
The alt art, the Mina Harker alt
Yeah.
art is
Ooh.
absolutely spectacular.
Oh, it's
All of the
beautiful.
Dracula arts
Yeah.
are incredible.
Oh, God.
the Draculas are great. The Draculas really are.
I love it. I was lucky with my box. I ended up pulling the Soren one, but we're getting away from it.
Yeah. Just gonna throw that. Yeah. Weird flex, but all right.
Yeah, I know, right? And it's foil. But anyway,
You bastard.
Weird flex, but I'll allow it.
yeah, hey, I got to a little bit. But and then finally, the final card I decided to go with is Averbrook Caretaker.
I don't even want.
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about this.
I love that card.
I saw this card spoiled and just immediately was like, I don't want it. I don't want that card to be real. I don't want that to exist.
My first pre-release event, that was my foil promo, and yeah, I made a deck built around it.
I did too. That thing that won me pre-release games just because the
same.
card existed.
Oh my god, that card is great. It is a 6-drop mythic green 4/4. It is a werewolf, so you have the daybound nightbound mechanics. It has hexproof, and at the beginning of your combat step, you get to give a creature 2 +1/+1 counters. Now, when it goes to night, that's when it becomes a freaking beast. A 6/6 has hexproof, gives all your other permanents hexproof, and at the beginning of combat, give each creature you control 2 +1/+1 counters.
I love privileged position.
Yeah.
plus. I love privileged position plus.
It's great.
That's what I want.
I mean, think about it, though. And you can put this in mono green right now. Right now, the mono green decks before Crimson Vow was, because that's what that guy was running. It was running, the unnatural growth, 3 Ren and 7s. You take out a Ren and 7 and an unnatural growth and throw 2 of those in, you're set.
I'm going to be
You're
honest.
fine.
The mono green list could probably lose the Ren and 7s and just add like whole cloth and just add the caretaker, and it's honestly just better.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
honestly just better.
I mean,
really
the
is.
body from Red and 7 is nice.
I
though.
mean, sure,
It's
but
just-
like,
It's just when I've been looking at all the lists for mono green, because I'm a filthy green player,
Yeah.
obviously, I haven't
Trash.
really, from Crimson Vow, I haven't seen anything added in, mostly. Like all the lists I've been looking at, no one's changed anything from Midnight Hunt. I don't, at least.
which is
not-
wild because this card is
Yeah.
sitting right here,
Oh,
just
yeah.
waiting
Yeah, that
to
was my
annihilate
question.
my poor Esper playing behind.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for me, I love Ren and 7, and I was running them in that deck.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would replace this with
Yeah.
I would have Averbrook in there instead of Ren and 7.
Yeah.
At least sideboard it. I mean, most people are running at least one Red and 7 sideboard. You
Sure,
could
Oh, yeah,
replace it
sure,
with sideboard if you wanted to.
yeah.
I think Ren and 7, you can easily make that a 1 of or 2 of if you want to, because the reason you put Ren and 7 in there is for a Seeker's Chariot, and that's it.
Yes.
Pretty much.
That's it.
Like, yeah, pretty much.
So, but yeah, those are the 3 cards I like for Standard. I think those 3 cards shape up Standard and make things a bit more, I don't want to say balanced right off the gate, because
They're
Standard's-
spicy. They spice
spicy,
things
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
For
real,
sure.
real solid, and I think they are great. So now let's turn gears and let's go to the sad part, which is Modern.
Hey guys, I play Modern. We got nothing. I mean, I guess Aspiring Spike, who is an absolutely incredible player. I've seen him use 1 card from this set. One man is using 1 card from this set in his 4-color Yorion Reanimator list, which is an abomination that for some reason keeps 5-0ing. But Wandering Mind, the 3-drop dig. It's a 3-drop, 2/1 flyer, and it's dig through time. You look at the top 6, you reveal 2 cards. One of them goes in your hand, one of them goes in your graveyard.
I love that card.
It's ridiculous.
Everybody loves cards on a stick.
Everybody
yeah,
loves
yeah,
cards
yeah.
on a stick. But other than that, I mean, like, Chandra has been showing up in like the Obosh mono red mid-range lists. Wash Away could be cool, I guess, but you could just play Flusterstorm, so just play Flusterstorm.
I can totally
Plus
see
this one.
the new Chandra in mono.
Oh,
decks.
absolutely
As-
owns.
or the Boros ones even.
Or the sure, yeah. I mean, why? Oh, this game's going a little long. Do I want to play a Planeswalker or Lightning Bolt? I guess I'll play both.
Yeah.
Why not? Because that's what we needed, another 3-cost Planeswalker with no drawback.
With
Exactly,
with
no
2 pluses.
2
2
pluses.
pluses.
And
one
one
of
of
them
them's
gives
a
you
dig.
mana and dings. Why?
Hashtag Oko did nothing wrong.
Oko
Yeah.
everything wrong. Do not listen to him. Do not listen to his lies.
This is just pure
Oko.
propaganda.
This is Oko propaganda.
Oko propaganda.
I've also seen Edgar Markov pop up in some Pox lists, just because he doesn't die.
Yep.
So you cast Pox, and
He
nothing
sleep.
goes wrong
Oh,
for
I
you.
love that card.
He's
Pox,
so much
Edgar.
fun.
Edgar is so good. Yeah.
Hi, I'm gonna play a second Edgar with my Edgar out. Sure, I'll let the new one die. Oh, look, it's back as a casket. I'm gonna make vampire babies now. Ah,
This is
shucks.
so hard
Oh,
for
shucks.
me.
It's so good.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's shift things to. I know you're excited about it, Commander.
Yeah, I'm always excited about Commander. It's probably my favorite format. It's one of the only things I play much. Not for lack of trying for the other ones, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I like Commander so much because of the myriad of decks you can play that are still good. Because the metagame for Standard and Modern are usually so tight every single set, which is what the format's for,
have
which
to
I
say,
understand.
Modern is like
But-
uncharacteristically like wide ranging right now. That is like
Hammer Time.
Listen, Hammer Time cries when the second you resolve a Stony Silence or a Chalice of the Void. All right,
Yeah.
it just picks up its cards and it goes home.
Yeah.
But I hate it.
All right. Yeah. All right. So I guess the first card we're gonna talk about because Commander's huge because every card's legal in it, so you can use anything. I guess the first one we're gonna talk about is a Toxrill, the Corrosive. I think he himself is a fantastic card.
The Uber Slug, hell yeah.
Yeah, the nice sluggy boy. It's a 6/6, so it's a pretty good body to begin with. What's the mana cost again?
It's 7.
It's 7.
It's a 7
2
mana,
black 5.
Yeah. So 7 mana 6/6 is a pretty decent stat line. It's a little bit over the mana cost, but we'll allow it because of its abilities. It is Dimir for Commander's sake because its ability includes the blue. So it is Dimir for Commander identity's sake. But at the beginning of every end step, you're going to put a slime counter on every creature you don't control. Which, hello, proliferate, first of all. That's great.
Hello.
Yeah. Toxrill himself says when slime counters on creatures, give them -1/-1. So now you've got a toxic deluge on a stick, basically, that you paid no life for. And then the next ability, because you needed more, right, is whenever a creature with a slime counter on it dies, you get a 1/1 slug. It's a slug,
Yeah, it's
right?
a slug.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's
a
a
nice little
slug.
1/1 slug.
It's a baby slug.
It's a baby slug,
little
but you
babby.
don't care. So not only, and then it has an activated ability.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the black and blue. You sacrifice a slug and draw a card.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is in 2 mana sack a slug, draw a card.
There's no way to
boy.
abuse that.
Oh
Into
man.
Mirror
No.
colors?
Into mirror
No.
colors?
No.
No.
It's the thing that I like about it so much
Am
is
I
that
crying? You're crying. Right?
even if Toxrill himself dies, those slime counters stick around because the -1/-1 effect comes from him, but the slime counters stay. So basically, if you're an opponent of someone playing Toxrill and you want to play a creature, when you play that creature on your turn and Toxrill's on the board, if it is 4 toughness or less, you're not going to get to untap with it because it's just dead. Because at the end of your turn, everything you have drops by 1. And then the end of the next player, everything drops by 1 again. And then the end of the actual player, everything drops by 1. And every time any creature dies with a slime counter on it for any reason. So if someone decides to play a board wipe, they're going to get all those slugs anyway. But so normally I would say you could put it in the 99, sure. And it's just a powerful card if it hits the board. But if you're going to play it Commander, as the Commander, which I would recommend, you just want ways to protect it to keep it out there. You're going to want to proliferate, use stuff like Inexorable Tide and just whatever you can find to help get those counters going. And then he has draw. You just draw. And then you find whatever win con you want to go for, whether it's the normal blue one or combo off with black. I mean, you've got some of the best colors in the game. So you've got plenty of stuff to work with.
The Kids' Choice Awards are a lot more violent than I remember.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
It's Nickelodeon for adults.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can put it. I mean,
It's great.
I love that card just because of the fact that it's like, oh, by the way, your army means nothing to me.
Yeah.
Yo,
Also,
it's
hey,
great.
it's cool that you're playing elves over there. Would be a real shame if I just killed them all.
Yeah.
I know a certain person that we play Commander with a bit that would cry right now.
I mean, and also the benefit is if you wanted to, you could even go like Slug Tribal if you wanted to, because all the creatures down here get on the slugs.
Jesus.
You could run like a coat of arms maybe and just
my
slap
Oh
some
my
people
gosh,
with it.
no, don't run Coat of Arms. Coat of Arms is a trap. Every time I've seen someone play Coat of Arms, that person has lost the game.
The only reason why I say that is because
fair.
Toxtril himself is making everything else weaker anyway.
It's
So
true.
normally people aren't going to have a board because it's going to kill their mana dorks. It's going to kill their combo pieces. They're not anything creature related isn't going to stick unless they get rid of Toxtril first.
Yeah.
Which is why you need to protect him with literally anything you can find. But the benefit is you can also run Sakashima, so you have 2 on the board at once.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. Good old Sakashima.
good.
Yeah.
I wanted 2.
That way-
You mean
against me.
you mean 3?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because
Yeah.
of the other Sakashima.
Yeah. Because there's 2 of them, and then tokens and Orvar. It gets real good. You
I
can
hate
find
this
some
game.
fun with that.
I hate this
I
game.
hate this game. So I think sticking with the blue theme, I think the next
what about
one.
Helm of the Host.
Helm of the Host, yeah.
Oh,
Helm of the
yeah,
Host, yeah. I think the next card we're going to talk about, because it's so prevalent, just like we talked about with Modern, I think Wash Away is a fantastic card,
Oh.
especially for Commander. So the card reads, it's a blue mana instant. It's a cleave card, so the cleave cost is 3. It says counter target spell, and in the cleave brackets it says counter target spell that wasn't cast from an opponent's hand. So suspend counts and cascade counts. Casting your commander counts, which is important. It's a 1 mana. You don't get to cast your commander this turn, and they still have to pay the 2 extra because they cast it from the command zone. Otherwise, it's a 3 mana counter anything. And in commander specifically, that cleave doesn't necessarily matter, but the 1 mana is so prevalent. Because it can even slow down a lot of the decks that want to get the commander out fast. Or let's say somebody cracks the Jeweled Lotus and goes, I'm a Jeweled Lotus this turn too. You go, no.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm playing Reese the Redeemed. I always have a turn 1 play because I'm trash.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? The cleave part's just butter. I mean, because the one thing you don't want to have in a game of Magic is dead cards in your hand that are gonna do nothing. So having the ability to pay the extra mana to use it for for the same purpose, but on anything, just helps you get it out of your hand if it might be a dead card. Because there are some people that might not play their commander for the game because they just don't need it. Because not all commander decks run off of it.
So it's basically going, hi, you wanted to play Magic? Well, no.
No, you don't.
No,
get
you
to.
don't get to. And oh, by the way, I'm putting it on an Isochron Scepter.
Oh yeah, you could do that too if you want to get degenerate.
That's the good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
That's the
man,
good
that's
stuff.
Somewhere
great.
my Prosper deck is just crying right now.
Yeah,
Because it fears Wash Away.
yeah. Wash Away is a great
laughs
card.
in Oloro.
Laughs in Loro. Yeah. Wash Away is great.
It's so disgusting. And I remember seeing that card and just reading it going, oh, yeah, so no to your commander.
Yeah.
Just no. And, going back a little bit to the standard, extra turns is a thing right now in standard. And
No
Wash
foretell,
Away-
please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
no
foretell.
foretell,
And that's, I know we had this conversation before. That's the only I agree. That's the only reason why Alrund's Epiphany won't be banned.
Yeah, they
That's
printed
the
Wash
reason
Away,
why
so
Alden's
no,
Epiphany
it's not
won't
being
be
banned.
Yeah.
Because you now can 1 mana stop the Elrond's Epiphany because they're always foretelling it. There's no way they're not.
Yeah.
You don't pay the full mana cost for that.
It's like when they printed Eliminate with 3 fairy in the format. Like
Yeah.
like they gave you the card that says no to the 3 fairy. Like it's not being banned. Sorry.
Yeah, until like a few months before rotation. Now we're gonna.
And
ban
it was like
Yeah.
a week or 2 before rotation. It was like people are just tired of it. Fine, fine.
They feasted on enough tears.
Yeah.
Uh,
So for the third card, I'm kind of stuck between 2 of them because if I go with the 1 card, it's another Dimir card. Surprise, surprise. But I think instead I'm going to go with the Rakdos one because Crimson Vows instead of vampires. And so the precon, the vampiric
Oh, yeah.
bloodlines, the commander of that deck is insane. We can talk about it. That's the third card. Strephon
bonkers.
is an insane card.
that
And
card
because
up.
vampires needed more help, right? Right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
they
Yeah,
didn't.
we get to put a vampire onto the battlefield and it gains.
Indestructible.
Indestructible.
And it's tapped and attacking.
Wait a minute. You mean it doesn't sacrifice
No,
itself?
it doesn't.
It in fact gets better?
Yeah.
Wow.
So here,
Got him? Yep.
yeah. So
Oh, yeah,
let me
that
turn
guy-
around.
that
So
guy
he's a
slaps.
4 mana 2 Rakdos 3/2 flyer. At the beginning of at the beginning of your end step, you get a blood token for each player who lost life by the end of your turn. So you're running vampires anyway. There's a lot of ping effects. Someone's being attacked every turn, probably.
Someone lost life.
Someone lost life.
Oh, yeah,
You're getting at
someone's
least
losing
one
life.
blood token. And if you're running Stefan either in the deck or as the commander, you're running like the blood vial purveyor or something else to benefit off the blood tokens because they're nice. You get a blood token for each opponent. So, depending on the game, normally it's max 3. Whenever he attacks, you may sack 2 blood tokens. If you do, you get to put a vampire from your hand onto the battlefield. It's tapped and attacking, and it gains indestructible till the end of turn. There's no sacrifice. There's no caveat. You just get a free vampire that's also attacking, and there's no downside to
I
it
didn't
because
know we were
it's
talking about
indestructible.
Winota.
Yeah, right? We're talking
More
about
like
Rakdos Winota. Here we go.
Winota.
Yeah,
I
because
know the name is Stefan, but you did say Stefan, and now I'm just thinking of Saturday Night Live.
yeah. I mean,
We now need an alt art.
the only downside is he has to attack to do it, which means that
Oh no,
Yeah.
the flyer has
the
to
flyer.
attack.
He is flying.
Oh
Yeah, I
no.
But the benefit is you get to drop the best vampire from your hand. It's going to hit someone, meaning it's going to deal damage or it's going to take a creature with it, and it can't die the turn it comes out unless someone has an instant speed exile. And most people would have used it by now before the attack trigger.
It's true.
So,
Well, I have one good target.
yeah.
Yeah, Stefan.
There's the target. Stefan's the target.
Yeah.
You don't, no.
Well,
It's-
I mean, let's be real. Stefan is not necessarily the target for vampires.
No.
I mean, if that's the biggest threat at the moment, yeah.
I mean, Edgar should be the biggest threat
Yeah.
always.
Yeah, Edgar. I mean,
My man.
right, the Crimson Vow was just Edgar support. That was all this was. I
yeah.
mean, Edgar
Basically.
himself, the deck's super expensive as it is. He himself is a lot of money. Like,
Oh, you mean a card that was like 6 months ago? What?
what, $30? I thought.
Like 20?
Something
30?
like
Like
that.
$20 is now
Pretty
like
cheap for an
like,
Eminence
like,
card.
Like,
Like-
you know, pushing force of will.
Yeah, it's pushing force of will prices
Yeah,
right now. It's
like absolutely.
like
crazy.
it needed more support.
There
but
was
I
a
mean,
moment in my life I wanted to make Edgar. I don't anymore.
That moment has
yeah,
passed.
that moment's passed. But I mean, and so there's a ton of vampires in the set that would go well in an Edgar deck, especially Stefan. Shout out to Wedding Ring for just being a good. I get to do what everyone else is doing. White card, like it always is.
Yeah. Cut that.
Yeah,
Out.
yeah, yeah.
Edit that out.
Yep.
We're gonna edit
Edit
one
that out.
You want to try again?
Don't-
We're gonna take that from the top.
Yeah.
So wedding ring's pretty good, right?
Yeah. Wedding Ring's
Wedding's real
Yeah.
good.
Go Wedding Rings.
Go
Wedding ring.
and
Yep.
nothing
Yeah,
else.
and nothing else.
Nothing else.
Well, you tried, Elijah.
I did try. You're right. You're right. I tried, and I failed.
Sorry,
but I
so
tried.
we're gonna. Sorry, public execution time. We
Yeah.
didn't even like that guy. Like, I mean,
We were paid.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's all coming from the trust fund.
God. We're just gonna. You had one job.
I
Elijah.
know. I know. Luckily, we have
Talk about
Jeff.
Commander. Well.
Yeah.
well,
we have Jeff.
well.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, no.
We have
so-
Jeff though, so it's cool.
Yeah, I honestly, Innistrad Crimson Vow is bringing a lot of good stuff to all the formats.
It really is a great set.
It is.
really
It's
is.
a fantastic set.
I'm excited for it. I've been excited for it.
Obviously.
I'm gonna be really excited to see how standard kind of forms up in these next few weeks and weeks, especially when major tournaments start coming up.
Oh, that'll be so nice.
And I definitely want to, like, when those starts coming up, I want to start talking about those. I want to make sure we get in there and be like, look at this deck. Let's see how ridiculous it is. Or, oh my God, it's the same thing over again. But that's just standard.
That is pretty much
That's
standard.
basically
That's standard.
standard.
At the end of the day, let's be real. The top 2 decks that play at Worlds are Azorius Control. Every time. Every time.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Remember when it was Dream Trawler Azorius Control
Yeah.
versus Dream Trawler
Azorius,
Azorius
yeah.
Control?
I mean, that's what I played at Star City Games Philly. It was fun.
Was it now?
Yeah,
it was great.
You sure about that?
it was wonderful.
Because there wasn't fires to ruin your day.
Yeah, there was that.
Mhm.
The only thing that ruined my day was Tamir Reclamation. I hate Tamir Reclamation.
Reclamation can die in a fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so speaking of standard, we should probably already also talk about the Innistrad double feature that's coming as well.
Yeah, that is coming out, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, that is interesting. A lot of that artwork, it's all beautiful, and it's a way to get you sucked in.
Listen, I like the black and white art. I
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I like the old movie. Don't you say?
I
You told
said-
me not
I
2
didn't
hours
say
ago that
anything.
you didn't like it. Not
don't
2
know.
hours ago. This guy over here. Oh
I'm
my
just
gosh.
here. I'm just here, guys.
Oh my gosh.
But no, I definitely think I love the black and white art, the double
It's
feature.
good. It's good.
It's gonna look really good. It's definitely a way for Wizards to go, oh hey, we know you really like this art. Spend more money.
Spend more
it's
money.
definitely more spending
Give
more
us
money.
more money.
Because
We like money.
isn't everything in the style of the showcase cards?
Yep.
Isn't that like the big?
Pretty much.
That's the big
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
For the
They're-
most
pretty
part.
much.
And I mean, guess what? And we're all gonna spend money.
Well,
we may hate ourselves, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's just Wizards of the Coast.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that basically kind of wraps things up for Crimson
Yeah, I
Vow
think
so
that's-
far.
that's a
So
solid
far.
Crimson
I think
Vow.
hopefully next time for the next episode, maybe we can get some gameplay going on.
That would
Maybe
be
we'll Figure
sweet.
something out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe do maybe
Yeah.
a little commander game, maybe a little modern or standard. Maybe I can cry or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
we'll,
yeah,
we'll figure it
have
out.
fun. But we'll have fun. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys can stick around for the next when the next episode comes out. Keep watching. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications.
All the YouTube stuff.
All the
you know what
YouTube
to
stuff.
do.
You know
come
the
on,
algorithm.
come
You know.
on. It's been 15
I don't have to
years.
Yeah.
say.
Exactly.
You know how to do this.
YouTube changes every day.
Help.
But thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next time on the MTG Rundown. Have a good one, guys.
See ya.
Take it easy.